Hello! Happy New Year! Can you believe it's 2025 already? Where has the time gone? I don't know, but I'm very glad to be back on camera. I took most of December off, so I've had a decent break, and I'm really excited to get back into things this year. So in this video, I'm going to talk about my plans for this year, and just have a general studio catch up with you guys, and then we'll get into all of the art later in the year. But for the first time in 2025, let's get into it! I'd miss saying that. In case you're wondering about this new backdrop, I've put this tea towel up here because the studio lights are just reflecting horribly on my marker drawers, which are right there underneath. A family member gave me this tea towel for Christmas and I really like it. It's so cute. People know me well buying me cat-related products, so I thought it would be a nice backdrop for today's video, and maybe I'll keep it permanently there, who knows. Yes, so I mentioned that last year now, 2024, was a pretty difficult time, and you probably know that my father has been unwell. He was diagnosed with cancer last year and he is undergoing treatment, and it's still going on into this year, so we still have a few more months of things happening. I'm trying not to get too stressed out about it because whatever happens will happen, and we're just kind of trying to ride it along as we go. We had a lovely Christmas though. Dad was able to come here for a week over Christmas and we spent some quality time together. It was really lovely. We went out a few times and yeah, it was just a nice time. We were able to not stress over upcoming treatments, and it was really good for him just to get away and just chill out for a week, so I think he had a nice time here. I've also been going through a few health problems, and that's because I think the stress was just really getting to me last year, and so of course I neglected my own health a bit, as quite often happens, you know, when you're worrying about someone else in your family. And for about 6 to 8 months I was just feeling really tired all of the time, just permanently exhausted, but at the same time I wasn't sleeping very well either, and I was just feeling like something was really off. So I did a whole bunch of tests, including this really annoying sleep test, which was a home sleep test for the night, and they made me wear all of these horrible wires and things. I don't know how I got any sleep wearing all of this. It was ridiculous, because they wanted to see if I had sleep apnea, and that's what was causing my lack of sleep. But no, all of that is fine, so it's definitely not sleep apnea. I've also had a few more tests done and a couple of scans, and they've finally found something. I don't really want to go into the details of it too much at the moment, but basically what it comes down to is my body's throwing up some red flags and they need to be dealt with immediately so that I can get back on track. So it's basically a change in lifestyle and eating habits, exercise, all of that fun stuff. So I am prioritizing my health this year. That is number one on my list, and I'll be getting some follow-up tests in a few months' time, so maybe I'll talk about it a bit more as I get through the year and see how I'm going. But just at the moment, I only really found this stuff out in the middle of December, just before Christmas, so it was a bit of kind of a shock that I really needed to start taking care of myself straight away rather than making a New Year's resolution for that. I started in mid-December, so I've had a bit of a run-up, and I'm actually starting to feel a whole lot better already, so I think I'm on the right track. I guess I'll find out in a few more months if it is starting to pay dividends and I'm getting my health back. So watch this space on that one. For Christmas I got a smart ring, so you'll see me wearing this in videos. I'll just take it off so you can maybe see it a little bit more. Inside it's got a little things that monitor your heart rate, and it also measures sleep, which is fantastic. So I've been able to monitor how I'm sleeping, and this also measures sleep apnea, and I can definitely confirm I don't have that, and I think a lot of it is I just really need to manage my stress levels a lot more. This ring also measures stress, and I have seen it go up a few times, especially on Christmas Day, because that was just total chaos with my extended family. But most of the time it's showing that I have been relaxing and I've been getting better sleep as well, so things are definitely going in the right direction. So that is going to affect a little bit what I'm going to do this year, I think. Also my channel, I think, was suffering a little bit last year because I really was just going through the motions, and I'd lost my passion for making art. I'd lost interest in just so much last year. All of my little hobbies and things were just getting put to the side because I just had no energy to do them, and I was just thinking I really need to make some changes just so I can get back into taking pleasure out of the hobbies that I enjoy. I think just my lack of energy was showing maybe in my videos. It feels like it to me at least, and also in the channel growth, because it has been very slow in the last 6 months or so, and I'm really hoping I can get that to start speeding up again. yes, I definitely want to get focused more on the channel, but also focused on myself too, so it's kind of a whole package deal here. And one thing I'm just going to touch on very briefly is a video that popped up in December last year by the channel Sketches and Scrubs. I know quite a lot of you who watch my channel watch her channel as well, and she put up a video talking about companies that send YouTubers products to review. And oh my gosh, I think that's just opened this whole can of worms, and honestly I just cannot deal with that right now. I am definitely putting a boundary on that one, that it's just not something I really want to talk about too much. But I also know that Lindsay the Frugal Crafter has addressed it a bit as well, and I tend to pretty much agree with her. I've had really good experiences with companies that I've dealt with. I have enjoyed reviewing products, but I do kind of get the impression from the comments that were in that video, and I read them all and I was just going, oh my gosh, I get the impression that a lot of people are just really tired of seeing product reviews, especially from companies like Artex, Paul Rubens, and who else? Maybe Meaden, and all companies like that. And I do just want to clarify that I was never told in any of my videos what to actually say. I was just given the product and then left to my own devices to give a review. This could be because my channel's a little bit older and maybe newer channels with less subscribers are getting that pressure. I don't know. I just can only really talk about my own experience. But I was actually thinking around the same time, because I was so tired, that I am also getting a bit of product fatigue, if that's a thing. So I've reviewed a lot of new products and I just feel like I don't really want to do that so much this year. I mean, I still have heaps of stuff I want to review in my studio, and those are generally products that I bought for myself. So I will be showing some of those things throughout the year because I would like to actually use them, which is why I tend to save products and open them on camera so I can get those first impressions with you watching as well, and then we can share in that together. I get the feeling that everyone is getting tired of getting these product reviews, so I'm nothing if not adaptable, and I feel for myself it's actually quite good timing that I do want to make a few changes this year. I do have 2 more products that I'm going to review before I don't take in any more things, because I had accepted them in December, very early December, and I said that I will get a review out in January, so I'm probably going to put those 2 back to back. I'll give you a quick look as to what I was sent. One of them is this little mechanical pencil set, and it's actually really good, so you'll see this video coming out very soon. And the other one is from Artex again, and that's because I've reviewed their coloured pencil sets and they now have a watercolour pencil set. I just really wanted to try that out, and that cute box was too much to resist. So I'm going to have these 2 review videos, I think, just come out pretty much close together, and otherwise I'm just going to keep my schedule completely open and do what I feel like doing this year, and I just don't really want to have that responsibility this year, so I'm just going to take a break on reviewing products unless something amazing comes through, in which case then I might make a few exceptions, but I really am intending on not sort of doing those particular kinds of reviews this year, just to change things up as well, because I'm getting a bit bored as well. I just want to do something different. And speaking of products, I just have to show you this gorgeous tin that Nick got me for Christmas. It's a watercolour tin. It's made solid metal. I do have another one by this company, Neef. It's an Australian company, and my studio lights are reflecting on it. It looks orange on the camera here, but it's actually a bright red, and the whole thing is metal if I open it up. Except I think for this little bit here which feels like a plastic, but it's basically a 24 well palette, and I have no idea which paints I'm going to put in here. I may consider getting some more Shinhan paints because I bought that little set of 6, and I think there's a few other sets out there which I might like, and then I may end up doing that as a whole video, but I don't know when that's going to happen because I really don't want to have to buy anything at the moment. I've spent enough over Christmas. But I just thought I would show you it because it's really lovely. The other thing that Nick bought me for Christmas is a set of 4 colouring books, and it's the Creepy collection that appeals to me so much. I saw them in the bookshop and I was going, oh, I want those so badly. There was a set of 4 of them in the package, so he bought those for me and I'm so happy. There's Creepy Kawaii, the quite terrifying zombie one. Then there's Mythic Horror and Beauty Horror. I actually spent some time colouring a page in each book, and so I'll just show them really quickly. In the Beauty Horror, I've done this one, and I used alcohol markers with a little bit of white gel pen basically for all of these. A couple of others I used glitter gel pens as well because I had those out for Christmas decorating. In the Mythic Horror, this really creepy clown, I added some sparkle. I don't know if that's showing up at all. You can see how much the ink bleeds through, so I had some protective paper under that one. And next up is Zombie Horror. This one's pretty scary looking, but I had fun colouring this. Ooh, it's a skull. And I really enjoyed colouring these. They have quite a lot of the grayscale in them, so it's really easy to see where the shadows are going to be, and it just makes colouring so much easier. And the last one is Creepy Kawaii. Why did I not bookmark these? Oh yes, right up the front. And I just did a pink one with some teal eyes. And I think there's glitter on there somewhere as well. But yes, I had a good time colouring those over the Christmas break. This year I really want to focus on making as much art as possible. Last year I didn't make as much because I was tired and stressed and blah blah blah. I'm so over that. So I just really want to get back into having fun creating and not having any pressure to review anything. So I thought we could have a little project together if you're interested, and I thought that we could fill a sketchbook together. I don't know if it's all going to happen in this one year because the sketchbook I've bought is actually pretty big and I don't know if I'm going to finish it. I ended up just buying one off Amazon because it was on Boxing Day sale, and it's this big fella here. It's an Ohuhu mixed media sketchbook. I paid for this. Ohuhu did not send this to me. But you can see how thick it is. It was a bit bigger than I was expecting. But I think in my next video I'm going to start this, and I just thought it would be fun to work in a sketchbook entirely on camera, so everything that I do in this sketchbook I will film. It's just a little bit of a personal challenge for myself. If you're in the mood to pick up a sketchbook and do some sketching with me, I think it will be an ongoing series. I'll probably review a whole bunch of different products and put them into the sketchbook as well, because it is a mixed media one. I was considering doing a watercolor one, but I really just want to use everything, so I figured mixed media paper is a good paper to use. I've never tried this particular sketchbook before, so I really hope it's good, and I hope it's going to take all of the stuff that I intend on throwing at it. So if you're interested in joining along, I will post my next video next week, so you've got a week to basically get yourself a sketchbook. And it could be any book you want. It could be one that you already have, maybe one that you've started on already and just want to continue. It doesn't have to be anything new, but I will put this one down in the description below if you do want to have the same kind of sketchbook. This cost me about $30 Australian, so it's kind of the mid-range price. There are more expensive ones, and of course there are cheaper ones. Any mixed media sketchbook would do, anything that is easy for you to get wherever you are living. You may have seen that little poll that I put up on my community page in YouTube asking if anyone had actually filled an entire sketchbook, and I've got some results here. So 57% of people who answered the poll said yes, I have finished at least one sketchbook before. Yay! 35% of you have said no, but I have some or many unfinished sketchbooks, and 8% have never started a sketchbook before. So if you've been wanting to start a sketchbook, or you just want to finish one, this might be a good challenge for you, and I encourage you to join in, or you might just want to watch the videos and see what shenanigans I get up to with this sketchbook. It's going to be no pressure, and it certainly doesn't have to be some beautiful masterpiece at the end. It's a sketchbook to put ideas and have a bit of fun in. So I guess I will be starting this in a week from now. I'm so excited. I can't wait to get this out of the plastic. I've been dying to open this, but I'm going to do that on camera with you. And the other thing I'm going to do, probably in about a month if I can, is an art studio tour. You may have also seen some photos that I put up on the community posts showing my office, which was an absolute disaster zone, and of course I pulled everything out at once and it was just a total chaotic mess. Nick helped me get it back together. I got a new piece of furniture to put in there and it is so much better now. I managed to actually get that done by New Year's Day and I'm really happy about that. So I will do a tour of my studio and also my office because I'm quite proud of how that looks at the moment, so that should be happening in about a month. Now my studio is nowhere near as organised as my office is, but I figured I'm just going to show it anyway because it is a working studio. It's very realistic to how I live in here, and I just thought it would be fun to show you what it's like as it is without it being too aesthetic and everything hidden away and only pure white, because that's not who I am at all. I like mess and chaos, but only to a certain point. Otherwise, I have no real concrete plans for the entirety of this year because it is too hard to plan that far ahead, especially with my dad going through his treatments and also me needing to take care of myself as well. I'm just going to wing it a little bit, but basically my goals for this year are to relax as much as possible and actually have some fun with my art. I need to focus on my health and well-being, and I just want to keep growing the channel and enjoying making art with you. So I really appreciate all of you who've been watching my videos and who've been commenting on my posts recently, and I hope we can have a good time this year just getting creative and focusing on what really matters, which is making the art, having fun in the creative process, and not worrying too much about what supplies we have. Let's just work with what we've got, and hopefully we can have a good time making stuff out of thin air. That's my favourite thing about creativity. So I hope you're all having a great start to your new year, and I will see you all again really soon in my next video. Don't forget to get a sketchbook organised, dig through all those empty ones that you've got in there. I know you've got them, and have a great week. Until then, swatch you later. Bye!